I just read that Amazon is putting certain restrictions on new listing creations, so can someone just give me the Cliffs Notes and tell me what I actually need to know?
Yep, this is a problem that we see almost daily now, and it just started in the last few months. So if you've been up and selling for a while, this is not something that you would have run into. But in the last few months, Amazon has started making it difficult to actually set up a listing. There's been some restrictions on it. And the restrictions we're talking about aren't the 200 unit limit or the IPI score or even restricted products where you have to have special authorization to sell the product on Amazon. This is totally different. What's happening is as someone goes to fill out their listing and they get to the box for brand name, they enter their brand name in there and they get an error. It could be one of several different errors, and I'll post a couple of them down here. But essentially they all say the same thing, and it's that Amazon won't accept the brand name that you entered. And so it leads a lot of people to think, wow, is somebody else already have this brand name and selling on Amazon? And you may go search and come to find out, nope, nobody else has that brand name. So I'm not sure why I'm getting this error. And there are a couple things you can do to get past this. What a lot of people have been doing, myself included, was to put something in the box like N/A or generic or TBD or TBA. There's several different things you can put in there, and it'll let you go through. It'll put your listing up, and you'll be able to continue on the process and start selling. However, there becomes a lot of pain with that down the road, because eventually you're going to get to the point where you're going to want to change that and put your own brand name in. And Amazon's answer is going to be, you have to create a new listing. And so that's not really what a lot of people want to do. There is a way around it. I have seen people be successful, myself included, in getting into brand registry and then getting that changed. But even that's not a completely clean process. It involves having to use the inventory file or flat file, the Excel spreadsheet, and doing a full update. And you can introduce a lot of issues doing that, especially if you are up and selling already. When you do a full update using the inventory file, anything that you leave blank that might have been there before, Amazon's going to interpret as a deletion. And so I have heard a lot of horror stories of people getting a full update using the inventory file wrong and it deleting things, and it takes down their listing for a while until they can get it fixed. And it's just not the cleanest process. It will work. It will involve some calls into support to get it all the way through and to get them to refresh the data. So that is a viable option. Outside of brand registry, all I've heard is that Amazon is telling people that they just have to create a new listing. And so that's not friendly, especially again, if you're up and selling. The other option is immediately, right when you're there and you get your error code, you go over to help. If you go in the top right screen, if you're on Seller Central, you go in the top right of your screen, you go to help, you drill down, and there's a question about, help me with my product listing, and you click on that, and then go down at the bottom and click on contact us and get on the phone with Amazon and tell them that you need them to approve your brand name. Now, they're going to want you to prove that you're the owner of that brand name. And so a couple things that you're going to need to provide them are pictures of your product with the brand name or logo on it. So logo really won't work. It needs to have the brand name since this is a text field. I've heard them taking screenshots from your website. Most of the time they're going to want pictures of your product with the brand name on the product. So you can't just send them a picture of the brand name. It has to be the product and everything. This is going to take some work. But I have heard of a lot of people being successful doing this method and Amazon getting it fixed for them without being in brand registry and before they're up and selling and getting it in there. And it's interesting with the pictures thing because Amazon just recently updated the registration process for in brand registry, and they're even requiring the same step in brand registry itself. So it seems like this is the path that Amazon is leading us all down to, and that if you want your brand name, whether you're in brand registry or not, going forward, you're going to need to prove that you are the brand owner by showing your product with the brand name on the product. Okay, so that will help get you past this point, and it'll save you a lot of pain in the future. So I'm advising you not to do the N/A or generic or TBD or TBA. Those will work, but you're really just kicking the can down the road. You're not solving the problem, and you're going to have more pain down the road. So it's best just to fix this right now and get your pictures, get your product, and get it set up correctly. Now the question you're probably asking is, why is Amazon even doing this? Why are they making it so hard? Why is it so difficult to set up my listing? So here's the deal. About a year ago, the #1 problem on Amazon was hijackers. Amazon did a lot of focus groups and questionnaires, and they got feedback from sellers. And the biggest problem that they were hearing over and over and over again were people hijackers coming in and hijacking a listing. And so Amazon is actively trying to fix that problem. It is a big problem for them. It's a big problem for their sellers. There's lots of things that they're doing to try to curtail this issue, and this brand name box is one of them. So they are upfront making you establish yourself as the owner of this brand, therefore being the owner of this listing and being able to set the information up correctly. And so, to help curtail the hijacking problems that everybody's having. Now, this isn't 100% fix, but it is a step in the right direction. So this is in your best interest, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. I know it's a pain. And hopefully the process will get better, but wanted to get in here and tell you right now that this is the way you fix it. Again, you have the options. You can just do the NA or generic or whatever, but I highly recommend getting on the phone with seller support, not just sending a support case, because that will make this go a whole lot longer. Get on the phone, talk to someone. They will end up sending you an email where you can reply back with the photos and get this resolved.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you liked that video, then I definitely know you're gonna like this one too.
Yep, and I made it just for you guys, so click
the
right
link below.
here.